Good morning, hello, and welcome to Moneycontrol's live stream. You're tuned into a fresh new edition of Opening Bell with me, Lavisha Darad. And after the good start we saw yesterday for the markets, the extension of the same is what the bulls have been hoping for. But for now, the Gift Nifty trends have been suggesting a subdued start for the Lal Street. It is also the weekly options expiry day, and some price swings can be observed during the day itself. But going back, how the global markets have stacked up, it is quite positive because if you look at the US markets, they have been on a have been stacking up as of now. Both of them have been indicating that we are off to a very quiet start for the markets, marginally higher for both the frontline indices. But with that, how you should position yourself in a trade and environment like this, let's get on board with the technical expert of the show. Joining me is Ajit Mishra of Religare Broking. Ajit, good morning. Yesterday we did see that Nifty reclaim the 25,000 levels. What are the next levels that we can watch out next?
Yeah, good morning, Lavisha. So yes, we are seeing the continuation of the recovery. Means, Lavisha, a couple of important aspects that I would like to highlight. First, that in the last two occasions, when we were seeing that Nifty was witnessing profit taking from the recent highs, we have made higher lows, and that is more important because though we are seeing broader range consolidation continuing in the index, means 25,400, 600 will continue to be the area where we have multiple resistances. But in the last two occasions, means prior to the recent lows, 25,350, then 25,400, and this time around it was 25,600 from where we saw that market witness a rebound. So it's definitely a positive indication amid all this, challenges that currently we are facing, be it the FIA's continuous outflows and the tariff-related overhangs. Now with the 24,900 was the critical area that we were watching yesterday, where we have the 20 EMA, the first line of resistance that markets surpassed decisively. We have closed around 25,000 mark. So we believe that the tone is positive, and the critical aspect, Lavisha, is the banking and IT. The two key sectors which holds considerable weight in the index, they have started, witnessing traction. Banking, particularly the private banking majors, which were sitting on the sidelines, PSUs were doing well. So off late, we have started seeing traction from Axis, Kotak Bank, HDFC, ICICI. We have also seen a rebound, but it's not very decisive yet. So today being the weekly expiry, we believe that 25,150 could be the area where Nifty might face resistance. And in case if we surpass this level, then 25,250 is something that market may attempt. 25,000 is going to be the key support where the maximum put writing is based at the level. And in case if we slip below this mark, there could be further consolidation after this 3 days of rebound. So tone looks positive. One should continue with buy on dips approach with 24,900 being the key catalyst.
Okay, all right. 24,900 could be the key catalyst as well. And of course, the support area that you have highlighted. But yes, let's also talk about hospital stocks because that did well yesterday. We saw the likes of Max Hospitals and of course Apollo Health, Apollo Hospitals also doing quite well in yesterday's trading session on the back of the government's revision of rates for medical procedures. Ajit, do you expect the stocks to retain its momentum in today's trading session, or was this just a temporary news-based up move?
So, Lavisha, in fact, if you see that most of these names from the healthcare related basket, they have been doing exceptionally well in the last 4 or 5 months. So yesterday, in fact, it's a added positive that we saw, and some of these stocks like Fortis, wherein we saw sharp gains roughly around 8%, with almost 5 times, 8 times of the average volume. Then we have Max, where we saw rebound, Ester DM, NH. So majority of the counters participated in the move, and the overall trend looks positive to us. So I believe that this, recovery or this positive momentum is here to stay. But yes, one should not get carried away because, after a strong up move, we really see that most of these stocks undergo consolidation phase before the next leg of the up move. So they are gradual, movers. So one should act accordingly. One should not jump into a trade basis the recent price action, accumulate them whenever we see a pause with preference for Astro DM and Fortis Hospital.
Okay, Astro DM and Fortis hospitals as well. Ajit, let's also talk about Nifty IT index because that was a 1 month high for yesterday, and in the past three sessions also, majority of the IT counters have been well behaved. Given the large quantum of correction, the entire IT pack has witnessed on the back of the global shocks as well. Do you believe that the majority of the overhang from the H1B visa hike news that we saw has been already done, and is this just a pullback that we are witnessing after a large quantum of correction?
So Lavisha, like this is very critical. Means banking and IT put together holds roughly around more than 50% of the weight in the index. So obviously, the sustainability of IT is critical when the other sectors are doing all the liftings. Yesterday it was a decisive session, no doubt about it. But still, we are trading below the short-term averages. So that will continue to be the area where we have the immediate resistance. So for Nifty IT index. It lies around roughly around 34,900 mark. So once we surpass it, then probably we can see the extension of this move. Needless to say, the focus is on TCS now with the result scheduled on 9. So obviously the management commentary and the guidance is going to be the key catalyst where how we are heading when it comes to the IT environment. But yes, stability in IT is also good. If they are not witnessing further decline and stabilize around 34,000 mark when it comes to the IT index, it's good for the markets.
Okay, all right. Let's take some stocks in focus also. First, we'll talk about Trent because that came out with its Q2 business update yesterday. Standalone revenue has risen by about 17% on a Y-on-Y basis in the second quarter, and the company has also added about 53 new stores in the September ended quarter. But the brokerages have been quite, not very enthused by this pre-quarterly update. If you look at Morgan Stanley, they've cut their target price to about 58.92 rupees per share. They believe that the revenue growth has decelerated from previous quarters, and the revenue has significantly missed expectations of about 25% growth as well. Ajit, the stock has also been quite negative past couple of months. So far this year, the stock has been down by about 34%. What can we expect the next support areas to be for Trent, and what is the kind of downside can we anticipate?
So Lavisha, it's usual when a company is posting strong set of numbers and then suddenly we see any kind of downward revision. So market is very aggressive when it comes to punishing such stocks. So that is what we are seeing. That trend has been gradually drifting lower. It's been almost a year now that from the record highs of roughly around 8,000 to now we have retraced to roughly 50% from that move. Currently, we are trading below the critical averages on the weekly charts. Around 4,900, we have the 100 EMA placed on the weekly charts, and we are trading below that mark. So definitely, it indicates a negative bias. And in case if we slip below the previous swing low, roughly around 4,500 mark, then probably we can further see the decline towards 4,000 and maybe lower. So as of now, yes, one should refrain from any aggressive long, especially for the short-term trade, and wait for any sign of decisive reversal or close above 4,900 mark at least for a day or two.
Okay, all right. Let's just less than 5 seconds to go. We'll watch out how Trent moves in today's trading session of its pre-quarterly update. And of course, we are hoping that we are open in the green. So first rate's coming on your screen. Nifty is open above that, and it is one of the best month-on-month growth rate that BSNL has witnessed. However, Vodafone Idea that continues to lose the customer base in the month of August to about 3.1 lakh for the month. So yes, all in all, Vodafone Idea is also open with a slight negative bias as well. Ajit, let's come back to you. How do you see these figures coming out for the company? Definitely, BSNL has come out as a top shiner, retaining that second spot after pipping aside Bharti Airtel.
So that's true, and that's the reason why, Lavisha, we always recommend sticking with the top names when it comes to the telecom pack. And Bharti definitely from the listed pack is something which has been showing consistency in the trend. Vodafone Idea for several reasons and news-related updates, we see volatile swings. So the focus should remain on the top performing names like Bharti Airtel and Reliance being Jio, its critical part. So that should be the area where one should be focusing when it comes to the telecom.
Okay, all right. Let's also talk about LTI Mindtree because that stock has been doing well. We did see that the company had inked pact with a global media and entertainment company that is expected to support the client's digital transformation as well. But the stock has been range bound past couple of months, 5100 to 5200. That is where the stock has been trading at. Ajit, what is the next level that we can watch out for LTI Mindtree?
That's important because when it comes to the mid cap IT names, we were seeing volatile swings and in fact profit taking also sharply in the recent past. But LTIM has been consolidating, as you rightly mentioned, in a broader range, roughly around 5500, 50 on the higher side, and roughly around 4900, 5000 on the lower end. So off late, we have seen that it's inching towards its the previous consolidation high. So there could be a bit of a consolidation. Means after the initial up move, we are seeing some profit taking. So around 5200 mark is something that one can look to accumulate this stock for upside target of around 5500, 5600, with stop at 5000.
Okay, let's take some viewer queries then. The first query coming in from Anil is asking the view on Fortis. Of course, you did mention, Ajit, about that you're quite positive on Fortis Healthcare as well. What are the levels that you want to highlight here?
Support is after yesterday's move, we are seeing marginal pullback, and which is quite normal. And we believe that 1000 is now the immediate base for this stock. The stock is trading at the record highs, so the upside is open. So with that as a stop loss, one can continue to ride this trend. Once we reach 1100 mark, you can trail your stop loss to 1000, 30,050, and keep on trailing your stop loss on every rise.
Okay, all right. Those are the levels that we need to watch out for. Let's take another viewer query then. We have Nana Prakasham has been asking the view on Narayana Rudula. How does the counter look like right now? Because after the June top, the stock has been on a sliding trajectory. What is the next support level that we can watch out for the counter?
Yes, so it topped out in June around 2350 mark, and after that we have seen a decent retracement towards the long-term averages. After almost a month-long consolidation, we are again seeing buying interest emerging. The stock has reclaimed all the critical averages, so gradually we can anticipate the stock to inch toward 1900, 1950 levels in the near future. So with stop at 1700, one can in fact continue to hold longs in NH and look for fresh buying also.
Okay, all right. Fresh buying also can be seen in the counter. Let's take another viewer query. And then on that note, we have Debu K who's been asking the view on solar industries. What is the next in support levels he's been asking for solar industries? Of course, if you look at from a YTD perspective, the stock has done quite well. However, right now the stock has been consolidating in a range. What would you expect the next levels to be, Ajit?
So, solar after this recent retracement and retesting its long-term averages, now we are again seeing a rebound. But this zone close to around 14,100 is the area basically where we have multiple resistances. So the moment we surpass this level, then probably we can see 15,500, 600 in the near future. So with that, perspective in mind, 13,500 should be your stop loss if you have an existing position. If you're planning any fresh trade, then you should wait for a breakout above 14,100 mark.
Okay, all right. Let's take another stock buzzing, that is your Brigade Enterprises, because that stock has been doing well. We did see the company had inked a pact of about 6.6 acre land parcel in West Chennai as well. But from the June top, the stock has been exhibiting negative trend. What can we expect the next moves to be, Ajit? Can the underperformance continue?
So if you see the reality basket altogether, Lavisha, we have not seen any decisive trend emerging. Means though there were attempts of recovery in past also, but they couldn't sustain. So same hold true for Brigade also. But the good part is that we are very closer to the previous swing lows, and the long-term averages are also placed around 840 mark on the weekly charts. So that gives us comfort that downside is capped. But yes, the recovery is going to be the gradual, means 935, 937 first, and then around 1010, 1020. So we have multiple resistance to cross to reclaim the momentum. So as of now, one can refrain from any fresh long position until we surpass these critical hurdles, because it's likely to remain in a range at least for a month or two.
Okay, likely to remain in a range for a month or two as well. Let's take another viewer query. In that note, we have NP Gandhi is asking the view on Varun Beverages from a long-term horizon. Varun Beverages, of course, the stock has been on a sliding trajectory, Ajit, and it has now taken off that 450 mark as well.
So Varun, disclaimer first that we have recommended to our clients also for long-term investment, and we have a positive view, but its short-term trend definitely looks sideways to negative. Means the stock has slipped below its immediate support around this 475, 480 area, and that's the reason why we are seeing this profit taking continuing. But at the same time, last time around this 440 area and then 410, 420 zone is something that the stock witnessed strong support and rebounded thereafter. So there could be a bit of a consolidation. So short-term trading position is something that you should refrain, but long-term positions you can continue to hold.
Okay, from a long-term position, you can continue to hold for Varun Beverages then. Let's take another viewer query on that note. We have Geetu Sandesh who's been asking the view for ITC hotels for a long-term horizon. The stock has been trading, doing well today, 217 rupees. That is where we are at, and it's above its listing price as well. But the stock has fairly been range-bound. Ajit, what can we expect the next levels to be for ITC hotels?
See, the entire sector post the GST cut, everybody was anticipating there could be strong traction, but after the initial up move, we saw that majority of the stocks are witnessing profit taking. But as we are progressing towards the festive season and year-end holidays, there could be an uptick, in months to come. So, basis that, plus the stock have already retraced, from its record highs. We are currently trading at the long-term averages. So, everything looks conducive for fresh accumulation. The first target area could be around 230 if the view is short term, and long term we can anticipate the stock to retest the record highs around 260 again.
Okay, all right. 250 could be the next resistance level for ITC hotels as well. Let's take another viewer query on that note. We have Alex who's been asking the view on Gujarat PPBAV. On how the counter expects to be done. Like, of course, in the last couple of sessions, we have seen that the stock is trying to make a recovery from September lows. The stock has seen a retracement of about 5% itself. Ajit, what can we expect the next levels to be? The stock is attempting a recovery from here on.
Yes, in fact, it seems like accumulation to me because it's been almost 4 months now that stock is maintaining this range 160 to 145, and it's maintaining above all its key averages. So it seems like with uptick in volumes also. So we'll have a confirmation once the stock surpasses 168 mark. So yes, you can continue to hold your longs. You can accumulate further. 155 is the area basically below which our view would negate. So as of now, with 155 as a stop loss, you can continue to stay put.
All right, 155 is a stop loss for the counter as well. Let's take another viewer query. We have Naveen who's been asking the view on HDFC Bank on how the counter looks like from a short to medium term horizon. Of course, we have been discussing about good business updates that came in from the private lender as well. But yes, from a level perspective, what would you expect for HDFC Bank? And of course, he's asking the entry levels as well.
Yeah, so entry level, I would suggest to wait for a break above 980 mark where the call writers are aggressively placed, and we have the previous swing high also around that area. So the moment we will cross 980, then probably we can see the stock inching towards its record highs again, means 1010, 1020 area. Uh, in case if you have existing position also, then you can maintain a stop at 960 on the closing basis. That is 10 points, 12 points down from the current area. Because in case if we fail to hold this level, then consolidation might continue in this range of 950 to 980 in the near future.
Okay, all right. Those are the levels that we need to watch out for HDFC Bank. We also have another financial stock query, that is Naveen is asking the view on Bajaj Finance. Of course, the stock has been doing quite well. Yesterday also the stock saw good momentum. Today also the stock has been in green. Ajit, can we expect the momentum to sustain in the upcoming days then?
Yes, Lavisha. In fact, one should continue with this, stock for a medium to long term perspective. Intermediate consolidation, pauses, profit taking is something which is part and parcel of, any stock. So the stock is almost trading closer to its record highs. The last three trading session, as you rightly mentioned, we are seeing very strong traction with volume. So everything looks conducive. From short-term point of view, also 980 we believe is the area where we have multiple supports. So with that as a stop loss, one can continue to hold longs. The moment we surpass, let's say 1050, 1150, 1200 is something that stock might test in the near future.
Okay, 1100 is the level that the stock can witness and test as well. Let's take one particular stock that has been buzzing today, that is your Metropolis Health. 3% gains coming in for the counter after we did see some revenue growth of about 26% on a Y-on-Y basis that came in for its pre-quarterly update. Core diagnostics have also moved into break even from Q4 of FY25. But yes, the stock has always entered into a sideways momentum after forming a top in the month of September. Today, the stock is seeing good moves, 3.5% gains coming in for the counter. What can we expect the next levels to be?
So yes, it seems like reversal pattern formation means almost 8 9 months of consolidation. In the recent dip, we managed to hold the long-term averages. So we'll have a confirmation breakout once the stock surpasses 2250 area. So at current levels, also in case if you have in existing longs, 1970 should be your stop loss, and you can add more the moment we see the stock crossing 2250 barrier, because in that case the next swing high could be close to around 2600 or maybe higher.
Okay, all right. That is the view coming in for Metropolis Health as well. Let's take another viewer query. We have Shweta who's been asking the view on Bharat Dynamics at about, because she's bought the stock at about 1600 rupees. She's asking whether it is good to hold or is it advisable to shift to any other defense stock. What would you recommend, Ajit? Of course, she's bought the stock at a lower levels. We did see a good run up to about 1800 odd levels.
Yes, but of late, in the recent rebound, HAL and BAL, they are doing comparatively better. In fact, Astra Micro is also, witnessing a strong traction. So BDL, it may witness further recovery, but it's underperforming during this, rebound. So I would rather suggest her to switch to BEL or HAL and book this marginal losses and stick to the performers.
Okay, stick to the performers for now. Let's take another viewer query. Shweta has also been asking the view on Indian hotels because she's bought the stock at about 770 levels and she's asking whether she should add more for the counter or shift to ITC hotels in Lemon Tree. Ajit, you did mention about that the entire hotel pack is expected to benefit after GST rate cuts. But yes, what should she do at this point of time? Is Indian hotels a good bet or ITC hotels or Lemon Tree? How do they stack up on the charts?
So you see, when it comes to the short-term perspective, Lemon Tree definitely looks upbeat, and Indian Hotel after this retracement means the broadly, if you see that's closer to around 700 is the area basically where we have multiple support. In past also, the stock tested this level multiple times and rebounded thereafter. So after retesting this, there could be a bit of a rebound, but again, since the view is short term, I would rather suggest to stick with the counters where you already have momentum. So lemon tea definitely is a good pick.
Okay, Lemon Tree is a better pick then. Let's discuss about one particular stock as well. That is your Bank of India because that came out with its Q2 business update where we did see that the global business has surged about by 12% on a Y-on-Y basis. Deposits have been up by about 10% and gross advances have also been up about by 14% on a Y-on-Y basis for the second quarter of FY26. Let's take a look at how the stock has been performing in today's trading session. Nearly a percent gains coming in for the counter as well. But yes, Ajit, the stock has been doing well today, and in the past 1 month also, the stock has been doing quite well. What can we expect the next moves to be?
So Lavisha, within the banking pack, while the banking index was still struggling for any noticeable recovery, the PSUs were witnessing strong traction, and most of the names, including the heavyweight like SBI, have recovered strongly, and we believe that this outperformance might continue in the near future. So yes, you can continue to stay put. 130, where the call writers are aggressively placed, might cap the upside in the near future. But after this recent rebound, consolidation is likely in this range of 124 to 130. So with stop at 120, one can continue to hold the longs. And the moment we, let's say, cross 130 mark, then probably 140, 45 is something the stock can test.
Okay, all right. That's the view coming in for the counter as well. Let's take another viewer query. We have Swaraj who's been asking the view on Interglobe Aviation. Of course, we did see a brokerage note that came in for the counter as well, where Investec has given out a main sell call on the counter, and they expect that the company is set for another weak quarter as well. But yes, from a YTD perspective, however, the stock has been doing quite well. Ajit, what do you make of the brokerage sentiment and, of course, the overhang that is weighing on the counter? 1% uptake, downtake coming in for for Interglobe Aviation, and how does the stock look like technically?
So Lavisha, we all know the kind of returns that the stock has posted in past, and yes, of late we were seeing that post the deals or the exit of the previous promoter, where the stock was witnessing a bit of a profit-taking consolidation, but it's not down and out yet. there could be further consolidation in days to come. The moment we dip below 5600 mark, so definitely from the short term perspective, one should refrain from any fresh long position. In fact, the moment we cross, let's say, 5800 mark, we might again see the stock witnessing fresh traction, or they can reclaim the record highs as well. So yes, for the short term, it's prudent to avoid any fresh long position, and in fact, if you have an existing trade, also you can exit.
Okay. Ajit, I've been receiving plenty of queries on gold and silver ETFs. How do they look like on the charts as of now? Because it's the festive season. How do you see the outlook for both of these metal counters?
So bullion for obvious reason, Lavisha, because if in the last 1 years there was hardly any return when it comes to the equity markets, if we talk about from the index perspective, so that definitely bullions have done exceptionally well, and still there is no sign of slowing down. So gold is currently quoting around $4,000, and silver also we are currently quoting at 48, $40. So this seems like there could be a bit of a consolidation after this phenomenal surge. So again, in case if you're planning any fresh investment, uh, you should be like doing it in a staggered manner through SIP route instead of buying at one go. Because after this phenomenal move, there should be some consolidation or a pause before we inch further upward.
Okay, all right. All right, just one last question before we let you go, Ajit. What are your top picks at this far? We have earnings season, which is upon us, but anything that you're finding interesting ahead of the Q2 results?
Yes, so in fact, Lavisha, the PSU basket means be it banking, OMCs, defense, they all are buzzing. And from the OMC space, IOC is something that I would like to recommend, considering that stock has reclaimed its previous swing high. It's a consolidation range breakout also. So with stop at 148, one can look to accumulate IOC at current levels with 166 as a stop loss. Another name from the banking basket, PSU banking basket, SBI is something that one can look to accumulate. We are seeing consolidation around the record highs area, and probably like after a day or two consolidation, we might again see the resumption of the trend. So with 845 as a stop loss, one can accumulate SBI at current levels with 935 as a target.
Okay, okay, all right. All right, this is stocks that we need to watch out for. But with that, we have to let you go, Ajit. Thank you so much for your time and connecting with us.
Thank you, Lavisha.
All right, let's take a quick check of the markets. How are we stacking up right now? Because we did open with a marginal set of gains, and Nifty is still holding on above that 24, 25. All right, with that, we have come to an end of this edition of Opening Bell. Don't forget to tune in at 3 for closing, and we will be discussing about how the market is developed with our experts, and also discuss the stocks that did grab the headline. But for now, start signing off and stay tuned to moneycontrol.com.